This is former TNA World Champion Raven, and you're listening to TNA Cross the Line podcast. Quote the Raven, nevermore. And don't cross the line. Or do cross the line. I'm not really sure if you're supposed to, you're not supposed to. I don't know. Whatever. You get it.
TNA Wrestling. Cross the line.
And we're back with episode 290 of the TNA Cross the Line podcast. I am Bob Colling Jr. With me, as always, is Dallas Gridley. In Dallas, it's the go-home show before lockdown. And what we know for today's episode is that there is going to be a member from Team Cage and a member from Team Angle. And they are going to wrestle. And the winner of the match will give their team the advantage for lethal lockdown. Now, we didn't do this last week, but who do you think will be the participants in this match?
Oh, baby. Well, Kurt Angle was already in one because he fought Tomko. I mean, that technically that was to determine. Or no, he fought Abyss. So it's not going to be them.
Right, because that was for Tomko.
Yes, yep. That was last week. Man.
But it could be anybody. So it could be Kurt again.
It could be Kurt again. I feel like we haven't seen Samoa Joe wrestle in a while. I think we're due for a Samoa Joe match on Impact.
I'm thinking Samoa Joe and Scott Steiner.
Honestly, that's a great idea. Because it's a former feud. They fought before. I'd be all in for that.
Just put it on TV. I don't know if they already had a TV match. They might have. I don't know. I don't remember.
But there's a couple things they could do, right? Because Samoa Joe and Styles, Rhino and Styles. That's obviously still going on technically. So we have actually quite a bit. I'm almost 100% positive it will not be Christian Cage.
No.
And I'd be surprised if Kurt wrestled again. Could it maybe be the new member that we don't know? Could be Sting.
Sting, right? Sting
and any of them? I don't know.
I think I like Joe Steiner because it's just, as you mentioned, the feud from like last year, but also they're kind of both the muscle. I mean, I guess Tomko to an extent is muscle too for Cage, but Steiner's kind of the like the hired gun kind of thing.
Yeah. No, I'm into that. I like that idea a lot. I also think I misspoke. I think I said the match for Tomko's on our last episode. It was 2 ago. So I'm looking at the card for last week.
What was last week?
Last week was the 8 Mile Street fight.
Oh, right, with Rhino.
Right. So that was my apologies. We may have recorded both those episodes at the same time.
And we may have just recorded that yesterday, and I already forgot.
That might be the case. And actually,
God,
at some point during either this show or maybe I'll save it for Lockdown. Actually, I want to talk about what I was Snapchatting you about earlier from the recent Sacrifice show. But maybe I'll save that for the Lockdown show. That'll be something fun to talk about if I remember.
We may not remember.
Well, we might talk about it today then.
We should probably just talk about it today because realistically, the next time that we're gonna be,
it's gonna be another week.
Oh well, yeah, roughly a week. So,
anyways, let's do a quick rundown of the April 5th, 2007 episode of Impact, and then we'll get into some news and notes, and we have some fun stuff today. So, Rhino defeated Tomko in the 8 Mile Street fight in 7 minutes 38 seconds. I think that was loads of fun. There was traffic cones everywhere. They wrestled in the crowd throughout the Impact Zone. It was a lot of fun. The Voodoo Kin Mafia, BG James and Kip James, and Lance Hoyt was in the corner, defeated LAX, by disqualification. Don't get too excited because the Latino nation ran in and started beating him up. That match went, did I say 2 minutes and 40 seconds? If I didn't, there you go.
There you go.
I also believe that Lance Hoyt carried out Christy Hemme, and I'm pretty positive she was falling out of her top.
She was definitely falling out of her.
She was trying to hit him, but like clearly, like, oh my god, I have to like cover myself. So
yeah, now if you want to see the goods, you can just go to Playboy.com or just type in Christy Hemme Playboy into your Google search, and you'll see all of it.
Bob has done it many times.
I will not confirm or deny that.
That's already happened at this point, right?
Yes, she was in WWE for that. That was 2005.
Some reason I can't. She doesn't go back, does she? Like to WWE.
No.
That's like kind of crazy.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it's 2005. When WrestleMania goes Hollywood.
I think you're right. I just couldn't.
She fights Trish. She has a WrestleMania match. And it's like tied in with the Playboy. I don't know if it's a singles match though.
I don't know.
It's
just really interesting to me because I feel like Christy Hemme's tenure in wrestling is like not that long.
Okay, so months ago, we were talking about Christy Hemme, and I was like, I really don't think she's a wrestler.
Oh yeah, and I was pretty positive.
And you're like, no, dude, she had matches. And I was like, I don't know, man. And then we looked it up, and I'm like, oh shit, she like wrestled for like 6 years. So
right.
Like, oh okay.
But like
it wasn't like just 2 or 3 matches. Like she was having like dozens of matches.
But it was such a short time still. I mean,
right? No, yeah.
But like everyone knows who Christy Hemme is. I feel like she's like one of the divas that everyone knows. I don't know. It's wild.
Yeah. So Christy Hemme challenged Trish Stratus for the women's championship at WrestleMania 21, and I'm pretty sure that tied into her Playboy.
I'm sure it did. That's probably partially the reason the match happened.
I mean, probably.
I actually think
Yeah, so Trish, the whole storyline is that Trish was scornful of Hemme's appearance in the April 2005 issue of Playboy.
There you go. I'm sure she was.
Could you imagine if Playboy was, not that either woman is like not attractive, but could you imagine if they were like, nah, Trish, we'll go with Christy. Like Trish really wanted it.
Yeah, right. And so they're like, well, we better turn this into a storyline. Trish is actually pretty pissed.
Yeah.
They could have asked her for the last 7 years of her career, but you know what? They didn't.
I don't think Trish had any actual interest in doing it.
No, I don't think so.
She did though, I guess. Return to WWE in 2017. But that was just to support Beth at the Hall of Fame.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Yeah, no. There was no like Royal Rumble appearance or anything.
See, like that's surprising to me. I don't know.
Well, I feel like she's not
active, right? Well, didn't she have like 6 or 8 kids or something like that?
Dude, she had a shit ton of kids. At 112, I think it's at least 6, yeah.
I think it's one pregnancy. She had a shit ton of kids.
So Hemme technically here announced her retirement in 2009.
Oh, wow.
So that's probably why she hasn't
there you go.
wrestled or anything.
I don't even know if she makes appearances.
She definitely does.
No, I'm saying like, I mean more like signings and stuff like that. Like I feel like I don't see her name on things.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Let's see here. She had 5. She had 5 kids. Or she has 5 kids. I'm pretty sure they were all at the same time.
No, they were. They were. I remember it.
Yeah. She got married in 2010. They have 5 kids together.
Oh, good for her. I hope
I want to say I remember her her saying that she was having difficulty getting pregnant. And then, however long later, it was like, oh, by the way, I'm pregnant with 5 kids. It's like, okay, well, if you're going to go for it, you're going for it.
You're going all the way in.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we'll be seeing much more of Christy Hemme here in TNA for at least a little bit longer. So.
She was in WrestleMania. Just to continue on this, so she
Yeah.
was at WrestleMania in April 2005, and by December 5th of that same year, she was released.
That is pretty crazy.
And WWE had asked her to relocate to Louisville, Kentucky to train, and they cut her.
Oh, come on. She did move too?
It doesn't say that she did move. It just says that they had asked her to relocate.
Well, I don't like that.
They cited budget cuts and creative team having nothing for her as the reason. So you know what I always say to that? Fire the creative. Fire the team.
Come on.
If they can't think of something for you, that's the problem.
Come on.
Them.
The only other match that happened on the last episode was Austin Starr defeating Senshi in a submission match in 8 minutes and 22 seconds. And, oh, did you think that was done? Guess what? They're fighting at Lockdown on our next episode again.
Yeah.
So, the other big thing that happened on the show was Jim Cornette had a company-wide meeting and essentially announced the entire Lockdown card in one go. So, we know the entire card.
Yeah, they gotta stop doing that.
It just feels lame. Like, just have things happen naturally.
Yeah, and just have Don and TNA like do a rundown of the card.
Yeah.
Like
I don't mind coming in like the first episode after Destination X. Hey, we're gonna have Lethal Lockdown. Here's the team captains. I'm cool with that.
Right.
But like,
well, the thing too. Now, here's the thing. I wish that we maybe had made note of this, and we could go back and do it. But he even said like match 1, match 2, match 3. If he literally did the order of matches,
I don't know.
That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, we might need to go back and check on that. That'd be interesting to see. I don't remember off the top of my head, although
I know the second to last one was the electrified cage, and then there was the Lethal Lockdown.
There's a good chance.
There's a good chance that he did that.
Yeah, we'll have to we'll revisit that. But yeah, so not a bad episode of Impact. The last few have actually been pretty good. We've enjoyed them. And I want to remind you, Bob, that, and I'm going to mention it again in about 2 seconds when I tell you the rating, that last episode was the one that aired at 11 p.m., which I think we forgot to mention while we were recording it because they pushed it about 17 times the episode before. But I have some ratings breakdown for you that we'll talk about that. So, TNA Impact on April 5th, airing at 11 p.m. due to the Ultimate Fight Night Special, did a 0.88 rating. Now, Dave says an interesting note is that the audience makeup of Impact airing after UFC was completely different from usual. Basically, far more males 18 to 34 were watching than usual, particularly in the first 15 minutes. The show did a 1.11 in males 18 to 34 and a 0.77 in males 35 to 49. In the regular slot, the numbers were 0.77 and 0.71, respectively. So they had a 44% more males 18 to 34 watching following UFC and 66% more watching the first 15 minutes, which quickly faded, 20% in the first 15 minutes as the show went on. It did have the old late night post UFC TNA pattern of the strong first 15 minutes and people tune out about 15% after 15 minutes, he notes. Now, even though TNA should benefit from UFC viewers, when you watch Ultimate Fighter first, TNA immediately strikes you as silly. Dave says, I used to think airing after UFC was the best thing for TNA, just like airing Raw after pretty much, just like airing after Raw pretty much put UFC on the map. TNA can retain viewers from UFC by presenting a hard-hitting solid match, although they can't keep them for the hour. But even a hard-hitting TNA street fight, because of the corny weapons, it's just a terrible mix. The big drop was LAX versus VKM, but it really doesn't matter, as they were dropping no matter what. The only good point is that the final segment with the Jim Cornette team meeting actually went up slightly from the prior quarter, despite it being at 11:45 p.m.
Wow.
So it's kind of interesting to hear how it switches up. I'm not surprised that it was a little bit lower because it was later. The whole new audience thing is kind of interesting, but that's probably just because of who was watching UFC at the time and who stuck around. And that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, and I'm not. I mean, he makes a pretty good point about you're watching UFC, which is a real combat sport, and then you're watching a show where a guy's hitting another guy with a trash can and lid or something, and just is standing there. Meanwhile, a guy got decked with the right hand punch and got knocked out.
Right.
It's
kind of
like,
a little different. Yeah. Other news I have for you. Florida Today did an interview with Devon, brother Devon, who opened up a smoothie shop in Melbourne, Florida. So I know before, I think we were mentioned that it was Team 3D opening up the smoothie shop. It seems to be just Devon's endeavor. I don't know how accurate that is.
Now that would explain though Batista being there, because it's just
That's
Devon
right.
and not Bubba.
Right, and actually one of the side notes I'll just tell you right now is apparently 500 people showed up for this opening for Brother Devon Smoothie Shop in Melbourne. Jericho Maven were there. We talked about that already. And of course, as you just mentioned, Batista being there, well, they're good friends because after the Deacon Dave whole situation, they still ended up being friends because of that. So, now he said he was interested.
Well, he wasn't. It was Deacon Batista, not Deacon.
Well, that's how Alvarez wrote it. So I just read it like that. But I remember it's good stuff. I also like
I remember that
Deacon
too.
Dave. Deacon Dave. Good stuff. Back to Dave Meltzer's note, though. He said he was interested in wrestling about 5 more years, but wasn't sure if he'd stay in TNA or go back to WWE. He bought into Hawk's Gym in the area, opened up a smoothie shop, and is opening up a wrestling school with Brother Ray in Kissimmee. We talked about that already as well, saying that he's preparing for life after wrestling. So Brother Devon here in 2007 is already thinking, what's my backup plan?
Okay, so 5 years would take us to 2012.
Yeah, they wrestle past that.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're definitely going past 2012. So. He didn't hold true to that.
I was trying to pull it up quick here. Cage match.
It's got to be, for him, at least 2015.
So I'll go, we'll say 2 different ways here, right? Actively, 2016.
Okay.
But he does wrestle again in 2023 and in 2024, technically.
He did.
Yeah, so he only has, I think, let's see, 2 matches in 24, 1 match in 23, one of which was, in fact, in a TNA ring for Impact 1000. But yeah, before that, it was 2016. Some of which is WWE stuff, like the SummerSlam kickoff show. That was his last WWE match.
Okay.
Where him and Bubba Ray lost to Neville and Sami Zayn. It looks like they essentially didn't win anything on their last WWE run, which is fair. I mean, you got to put over the young guys.
Right, and they shouldn't have won.
They lost a lot to Big Cass and Enzo Amore on house shows.
Good.
A lot.
Good.
Anyway, yeah, pretty cool. Don't know if it's still open, but he had a smoothie shop at least in 2007, so pretty cool. Let's see what else I got for you. Bob, I have nothing else except for some stuff for during the show, which is pretty short things. But I did want to talk about the house show that TNA ran. So if you want to take that, and then I have some things I'll add into the matches after we get through it.
Alrighty. So on April 7th, TNA held a house show in Corinth, Mississippi. The approximate attendance for this, and you might have a different number if it's in your note, is 1,300. And here are the results for the show. TNA X-Division Champion Chris Sabin defeated Sanjay Dutt to retain the title. Brother Ray defeated the Naturals in a 2-on-1 handicap match. Chris Harris teamed up with Gail Kim to defeat Jackie Moore and James Storm in a mixed tag match. Christopher Daniels defeated Petey Williams. Rhino defeated AJ Styles in a street fight. Kurt Angle defeated Abyss. And in the main event, the NWA World Champion Christian Cage defeated Samoa Joe to retain the title.
Actually sounds like a pretty solid card.
I'm surprised it's only 1,300.
Yeah, so I don't have much of a different number. In fact, Dave doesn't even have a number. He even says I don't have a crowd number, but then Alvarez notes 1,400. So that's about that range.
So yeah.
Pretty solid crowd though for a house show, but they've never been to that area, right? So I could see how they could get that. I think the card sounds pretty solid. I really like it. A couple things that I have that I can add in here. We're told that every match was good because nobody was under the gun to rush everything in 3 minutes. It wasn't sold out, for the record, so that number is not a sold out crowd. But Dave says it looked healthy, so that's good. Crowd was into both Sabin and Dutt. That's no surprise there. During the Harris and Kim versus Storm and Jackie Moore match, apparently James Storm was essentially just drinking beer during the match and spent most of it running from Harris. So it sounds like they played that really safe of not letting Harris and Storm touch, or at least not very much. So that's kind of interesting to hear. Daniels was trying to work heel, but the fans were cheering him. So, what can you do? What else do I got here? Team 3D was supposed to wrestle the Naturals, but with Devon at his grand opening, essentially, Brother Ray did a handicap match. So that was supposed to be a tag match. Rhino won with a gore on the ramp and with a pin up there. So it didn't end in the ring in the Falls Count Anywhere match. So that's good. Falls Count Anywhere street fight. Or I think Alvarez lists it as like a Mississippi street fight or something. But
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all the big stuff here. There's a ref bump in the main event. Cage was tapping, and then he ended up winning using the ropes against Samoa Joe. So, and the Kurt Angle Abyss, it's being noted that essentially it's very similar to the recent TV match that they had. So, pretty cool to hear some true TNA house show notes. I think that's.
So they didn't do like a dusty finish with Joe, where like Christian taps out and Joe thinks like, "Oh my God, I won the title."
Well, so it sounds like that's the case, except the ref was down. So I don't know if he like got up from that or anything. Like,
yeah. So that makes me feel like as if he got up and was like, "Oh, I won."
And then Cage just rolled him up or something. Probably, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. But it's interesting to be. I don't know. It's even weird now. Obviously, he's been pinned and stuff at this point. But like reading Samoa Joe got pinned by Christian is still like a weird thing to read. I feel like.
Sure. Yeah, definitely in the TNA world, yeah, it is.
Well, yeah, of course. Well, that pretty much does it. I have a couple small notes I'll mention during the show, but that's about it. It's a light notes week, and that's because we are just days away from lockdown. This is the Go Home show on April 12th, and I am super excited to see who is the final member of Team Angle. We're going to find out.
I totally forgot that was probably the case here. All right, well, let's get into it. The April 12th, 2007 edition of TNA Impact. If you want to watch along with us, head over to the TNA Plus app, or you can find it in your own personal collection. The approximate runtime for this is 42 minutes and 50 seconds. I'm going to count down from 3, and when I say play, that is when we will start the show. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
TNA, we are wrestling. We get it. Oh, JB, we're starting off hot here. This is the final Impact before this Sunday's pay-per-view extravaganza lockdown. Oh, shit. Step back, white boy. Here comes Conan in LAX. Oh, they got a big surprise tonight for Team 3D? Okay. Interesting. Machete is not the one pushing Conan.
No. Yeah, just Hernandez.
Okay, we're seeing our last week highlights here. Now, Team Angles, they're like Samoa Joe and Rhino, and they're losing faith in their captain. Because he's promised he's got a fourth member. He's not saying who it is. At the time when they were yelling at him, even Sting wasn't involved yet.
Right, so now... Okay, so so Sting is definitely the fourth.
Yeah, I think it happens later in the show.
Yeah, at the end was when he comes out.
Yes, yeah. Right here where they start doing the brawl. Because here we go, the
Right.
lights go out. Here's Sting. He's got his bat. Remember, because whoever gets the pinfall and lockdown, it gets to fight Christian. And of course, Sting's rushing to put his paint on when this announcement happens.
Right. He didn't care before.
We have in the ring Rhino, Samoa Joe, Sting, and here comes Kurt Angle. And Sting is wearing a really weird looking lockdown shirt. It's like blue with like the poster just slapped in the middle of it. I don't like it.
Kind of kills the mystique of Sting when he's wearing like TNA shirts like that.
As soon as he started doing just the shirts, it kind of just does it automatically, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Here comes Angle. Oh, he's got the same shirt on. See, it's showing unity in the team.
Because they'll have the same $20 shirt on. Got it.
It probably was $20 at the time, which is sad to know that that's not the case anymore.
Nope.
Why are shirts at events like $40?
I don't know. Yeah, shirts are like 40 and then now sweatshirts are like 50.
No, sweatshirts are like 80, dude.
I didn't get this sweatshirt for $80.
No, you did not get the indie show sweatshirt for $80. But you go to an AEW show, that shit's $80, I think. Oh, wait, that shirt is double printed. It's printed on the back and the front. I like it. Oh, Sting is who God made him to be, and that's a pro wrestler, and he loves TNA. I'm glad to hear that, man.
Why does he say that? But I love TNA. I want to point out, Rhino is not wearing the shirt. He's wearing his sweatshirt.
That's actually so funny, because everyone else is, even Samoa Joe.
Even Joe has it.
I also really like that Samoa Joe hasn't wrestled in so long. He's just been wearing the same gear for like 4 weeks. It's like that blue and black one.
Yeah.
Wait, we're going to find out right now? I think they got to hold this till the end. Sting, I respect you more than you'll ever know. But right now? Oh, he can't do that. There are things he has to do as a man that he's got to come to grips with before he makes that decision. What does that mean? Who could this be that Kurt is like having a dilemma about it? Ooh, Smojo says, I'm starting not to believe you anymore.
God, Joe is so annoying.
I thought you were going to say believable, angry.
That's the thing, is that he's angry. And it's annoying. Because he's never happy.
That is true. His brow is always froze.
Just
I'm not have faith in you anymore.
You're pissing me off.
Who fucked up Sting's face paint in the last segment that it didn't carry over to this opening segment here? Tell us who the fucking partner is, Kurt. Or I'm gonna break your neck again. He didn't say that, but his face is saying it. Joe, one thing. Don't ever question my integrity.
Yeah.
That's one of his 3 eyes.
It is.
You cannot question it. I'll tell you what. I'll make a deal with all of you, he says. By the end of the night, I swear on this flag, the American flag, that there will be a 5th member of Team Angle. There will be 5. There will be 5. He promised.
So can Joe be patient for 37 and a half?
No fucking way, dude. There's no way.
He's going to be backstage throwing Joe. I need to fucking know.
I bet you within 15 minutes, he's going to be yelling at him again.
I fucking knew it, Kurt. You fucking liar.
You son of a bitch.
Oh my God. That'd be so funny.
The countdown to lockdown is on. We're seeing a shot of the impact zone. It's looking packed full, baby. Man, do I wish I could have been in this impact zone.
And there's SoCal Bell.
I think if I could travel back in time, this is what I would do. I don't want dinner with a famous dead person. I want to be in the impact zone in 2007, baby. Maybe maybe like 2005. I think it'd be a little more fun, but
that's what you would use it on?
I think I might. Oh shit, Kevin Nash is in the ring. Are we gonna see that new outfit that he gave Jay Lethal?
Oh.
I'd make him wait.
I feel like that would be something you do at Lockdown.
Black Machismo. It's the first time he said it. He's got that.
Ooh, yeah. Is he gonna be full-fledged? Oh shit.
Oh my
the answer
god,
to that question
dude.
is yes.
Oh, and it's the classic colorful zebra one. We are all the way in now, dude.
Okay, Tanae and Don are saying he looks just like Randy Savage, where, I mean, no.
I think pretty close, man.
But it's also like, no.
I think pretty close.
I would not be tuning into this and being like, oh my God, that's Randy Savage. This girl is dying with laughter. Why would you show that? Why would you?
Listen,
she thought it was absolutely hysterical that this guy is Randy Savage.
He does a really great Randy Savage impression, probably the best. And Rich Swann does the best Bret Hart one. If you know, you know.
Yeah. He did do a pretty good one. Ooh, yeah.
Now, last week we kind of saw that Lethal kind of changed up his hairstyle a little bit. He's got some blonde in there. It was straightened.
Randy Savage never did that. This is a non-title match, by the way.
Yeah, coming out with Sabin.
I don't think there's any indie notes for these guys. That's some bullshit. Did I do that one? Oh, wait. Okay. I think I have one.
Sabin's winking at the camera.
March 17th, Jay Lethal teamed up with Azrael to retain the Jersey All-Pro Tag Team Championships when they defeated B-Boy and Homicide at Jersey All-Pro's Wild Card 3 in Rahway, New Jersey. And then Chris Sabin has a few notes here, one of which took place on March 17th at 2CW's Green with Envy, where Chris Sabin retained the X-Division Championship, defeating Isis Effects in Rochester, New York. And then on March 24th, Sabin lost to Scott Lost at PWG 7030 in California.
We are getting very close to the time that I discovered 2CW, which, if you guys do not know, is a former local independent company that me and Mom attended frequently. I don't know if I ever saw a lot of TNA guys there, though.
You hadn't heard of it yet?
I might have heard of it because I think our friend Austin went to a show that I did not go to. It was the one that C.W. Anderson was there, I remember, because he has a picture with him. I think my first show was it.
That show
is that
not
06?
happened yet.
It didn't happen yet?
No, I think C.W. Anderson might have been April of this year.
Okay. My first show is in December of 2007.
Okay.
And I remember it quite vividly because I had a friend who also was on the ring crew at the time. And he was like, dude, you got to come check this out. Like, this is like really, really good stuff. And I went and I was like, this is crazy.
Well,
it was like my first independent show. I wasn't watching independent wrestling then because I feel like at this time it was also not very easy to.
No, that's probably about right. Unless you're getting DVDs of it.
Yeah, I wasn't doing that. TNA was my indie, my alternative. So
I had heard of them pretty early on because on Raw they had a commercial for like the New Age Outlaws going to the On Center.
Right.
And I was like, oh, okay. And then the Sandman incident, I almost went to that show.
Oh, I was there for that one.
Yeah, because that's what, 2008?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Oh, I was there for that one. Did the Sandman give my underage cousin beer during his entrance? Yeah, he did. Did Sandman fall asleep in a 40-minute match? Yes, he did.
Yes, he sure did.
He sure did. Do I have a picture with Drunk Sandman in the hallway that I'm not supposed to have? Because he wasn't supposed to be in the hallway. Yes, it is.
Yes, you do.
The Black Machismo, Jay Lethal, and Sabin really going at it here, giving him a run for his money, the X-Division Champion.
Oh, no, yeah. Lethal's in the escape match for the title.
Well, already I like the look, so I'm voting he wins.
Oh, Tornado DT kicks out too. I feel like there should be Lethal should be going on the chase here.
I agree.
So I don't think he's gonna win.
That's okay. He just chased for it at this point.
Yeah. I think
Now I'm wondering, in hindsight, I do feel like the Black Machismo is beloved a little bit, but at the time, he comes out, he's doing these impersonations, mannerisms. Now he's got the gear. He's looking like him. I'm interested to hear what some of the Wrestling Observer writes about it. Actually, there might even be something from this show. Let me see. Big elbow dropped on
Is he gonna
Sabin.
pin the champ?
Holy shit! He just pinned the
Clean.
X-Division Champion clean in the middle of the ring. Oh my god!
Oh, he's getting a push.
Not a bad elbow. He ends up doing it better later on, but that's okay. Look good there. Let's see. Does it say anything?
St. Louis, Missouri debut this weekend at Lockdown.
No, it doesn't look like they even see anything. Oh, wait. It looks like things were filmed out of order, potentially. Oh, Jim Cornette rolled his eyes when he found out Lethal's new ring name was Black Machismo.
He rolled his eyes.
Yep, sounds like it.
Huh.
I'm trying to see if there's like a... He doesn't seem to talk about... Oh, we're seeing the Lockdown match card here. The blindfold match, Chris Harris versus James Storm. Got to even the odds. First time in TNA history. Ladies in the cage, Gail Kim versus the Pride of Tennessee, or is it, what do they call her? Jackie Moore?
Jackie Moore. Isn't that red kind of like really tough to read, or is that just me?
Yeah, it's incredibly tough to read, and I think it's not even just our version. I think it's just not easy to read because I feel like everything else looks fine. So
yeah,
and of course, Lethal Lockdown.
Wouldn't it be funny if they had just revealed the fifth person? Because they did that.
They've done shit like that, absolutely.
Well, wasn't there like a number one contenders match for the?
And there was a video.
It was like, it's fucking Skipper.
Yeah,
you like Skipper won. I got back.
Letitia is backstage with Team Cage here. The full team. We got Cage, Styles, Jim Mitchell with Abyss, Scott Steiner, and Tomko. So they're asking him about the stipulation. Whoever gets the win fights Christian. He's like, I'm sure Team Angle's happy about it. I'm sure all these guys are happy about it, but I'm not. They automatically get the shot at Sacrifice. That's our May pay-per-view before our 5-year anniversary show at Slammiversary in Nashville. It's all about that title.
It's all about the title.
Styles says that's why we're all here. We got the advantage right now. We have the number advantage. Well, Gangle says that's going to not be the case soon, so. Perngle doesn't have a partner right now. He doesn't have one, period.
They don't have one. The heels are convinced that there's no partner.
Scott Steiner. Then my title shot. Putting yourself before the team, he says. You ever watch that thing? Christian says do it best. I actually wonder that too.
Yeah, I'm sure. Come on.
Well, I know, but like in character wise, no, he don't.
Oh, character, no. Now,
That
could you
shit's
imagine
covered in
Abyss
spit and
cleaning
blood.
that thing? He's not gonna do that.
Oh, we're backstage. Jay Lethal and Kevin Nash with JB. What about Sanjay? He's this Vin man. Vinny Vegas. Holy shit. Sanjay's wearing his Vinny Vegas jacket. Come on, one more time. One more time, they're telling him. That's wicked funny.
Yeah.
Oh, Eric Young's sitting in the corner, facing the corner? Eric?
Timeout.
Oh, here's Roode. You don't talk to Eric Young unless you get Robert Roode's permission. So here, get that microphone up nice and tight. As far as Petey Williams is concerned, Lockdown can start tonight. Jesus Christ. James Storm. Get ready to have some 2 blindfolds on right now.
He's laughing. He just broke character, I think.
Send in for the man. Hell yeah, Jackie says.
Oh, it's Roode? Oh, Roode and her are teaming up tonight?
It sounds like it, yeah. Mixed tag. I want you to sit in that chair and do not move. Because I think Petey and Gail usually team together, so maybe that's why they're doing that.
Oh, because fucking James is feuding with Harry. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And that looks like what we're heading to right now. Bob, here's a note for you. Hey, Petey, actually, I was going to do a different note, but I'm telling you this one instead because it kind of relates to Petey like 2 years ago. Scott D'Amore was actually backstage at WrestleMania and the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony, which hasn't endeared him to some in the company.
Is he even... He's not even here still.
I think he works backstage.
I thought he left.
No, I think he's an office guy.
Okay, so he's gotten heat because he went to the Hall of Fame.
And WrestleMania, yeah. And speaking of WrestleMania, this is a next year note. It's actually about Ring of Honor, but it's actually interesting to think about a little bit. So Ring of Honor has officially booked shows in Orlando on Friday and Saturday night before WrestleMania. So next year's WrestleMania.
Uh-huh.
This may be interesting because Dave says, I'd expect TNA to try to do something with 70,000 wrestling fans from around the world being in their home city. And that's a great point.
That's a very good point.
What is going to happen around WrestleMania season 2008? I am actually looking forward to seeing if they do anything. I'm doubting it, but I like the idea.
Well, I mean, even if it was just like a TV taping.
They have to. You have to do a TV taping. Because WrestleMania is on Sunday. You know what I would do? Fuck it. I'd do a pay-per-view the night before. Fuck it.
I don't know about that.
Double Team Flapjacks by Gail and Petey on Robert Roode and Miss Jackie. Or Jackie Moore, excuse me.
Jackie Moore.
Look at that. The Master of the Hurricane Rana outside the ring, landing it on Roode.
Master of the Knee Drop, Gail Kim.
That's right. Speaking of the real Master of the Hurricane Rana, we didn't talk about this in the podcast, but Kid Cash is taking bookings again in 2025.
Yeah, so I got blocked by Kid Cash.
What? What?
Yeah, dude. Okay. So remember when I sent you a text?
Yeah, you sent me. Actually, we should
so
get him in a local thing.
I retweeted his announcement, and all I said, he was like, "Oh, I'm getting so many things, whatever." And I said, "Yeah, it only took you 2 times to say that you're coming back. So you're taking bookings." He had done it.
So you were being a smart ass.
Yes. So a month ago, he was like, "I am now taking bookings," and then a month later, he does it again, saying, "I'm, accepting bookings," and that one blew up. And I was just like, it only took I was basically saying like the algorithm took 2 times for you to get it. And he fucking blocked me.
Damn you, dude. Kid Cash can block you, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. So
add it to the list.
I didn't even think it was that bad. If anything, I was just noting that it takes you to 2 times to do it.
Right.
But whatever. Kid Cash, maybe he doesn't have that edge anymore. He's soft.
Yeah, that's true. We're seeing a preview video for Lockdown now. This tag match, I don't think it's supposed to be tornado rules, but it is, and it's going pretty wild. So pretty fast pace here.
It was definitely not promoted as such. I also didn't realize that the women are beating up the men because that's what Jackie Moore is doing.
Oh, now Petey's going
Petey
after
Williams.
Jackie. Oh, he went to punch her,
Oh
but
yeah,
Roode
he was
tagged
with
in.
forearmer.
It's actually kind of a shame that we don't have like a true women's division yet here in TNA because Jackie being here, I think, has been a lot of fun, to be honest. So it's kind of disappointing. There's not, and Gail Kim's been great the whole time, of course.
Yeah.
So it just kind of sucks that we don't have like a true women's division happening.
Because as it stands now, it would be Gail, Jackie, Christy,
Tracy.
and Tracy.
Yeah.
You probably need a couple more.
Yeah, I'd say so. Just a little bit. Here comes Gail.
Here comes Gail, though, again. Oh, she's going after Jackie Moore.
She was down on the ramp, by the way. And Andrew Thomas was checking her. Rudy's a referee in the match. So Thomas was just saying what's up. And now Rudy's between Gail and Jackie as Roode lifts up and Petey goes over, insecurity to the back. And then he's leaned up on the ropes. Drop kick on the middle rope. Tilt-a-whirl, head scissor. Oh, he lands on his feet. Side Russian leg sweep. Oh, there's Storm. He's landing the punches. I'm sure.
Is Harris going to run out here?
Oh,
no.
Roode from behind rolls up. Petey, he's got the tights. That's a 3. They stole the win.
God, Roode is
dirty.
Roode is horrible.
Oof.
For right now. Now, obviously, that's not true. But
I think
how he's being presented right now is horrible.
His presentation is not good.
This is bad.
There's Harris. Oh, he punched Storm. That's the first time he's actually hit him since the beer bottle incident, I think. Or no, last week they brought him in the crowd.
Yeah, they touched.
Never mind.
Oh my God. He's choking fucking Jackie Moore. Oh.
So they got that chop block by Storm. See, Eric Young's out here. He's not supposed to be.
Oh, great dilemma. He's conflicted.
Oh, he's coming. There he is. Slides in the ring with a steel chair.
He's going to hit Tracy.
He just went after Jackie and James Storm, and Roode just points at him. What are you doing? This is our sacrifice match, I'm sure.
What? You mean Lockdown?
They're not fighting at Lockdown.
Oh shit, you're right.
I'm saying that at Sacrifice,
You're
I think
right,
we're gonna get
right.
the Young
Right.
and Roode thing. The payoff finally.
Robert Roode is fighting fucking Petey.
Hmm.
That's right.
Sacrifice.
I'm thinking Slammiversary. They're gonna milk this shit till June.
I wouldn't be mad if they threw him in the match in some way against Petey, because I feel like Eric Young, like, I don't know, I feel like we're using him a lot for these skits and stuff, but not as much in ring. But he just listened to Roode. He's leaving with Tracy now, who's got him by the ear. And let me tell you, my grandma used to grab me by the ear, and that shit hurts. JB is walking with Chris Daniels backstage. Something to do with Sting? What's up with the bat? What's going on with Daniels?
That's styrofoam, dude.
No, that was a steel bat.
No, that was not, dude.
Oh shit.
That was like a foam looking. That looked like foam.
Wait. Conan is walking with a crutch now. Earlier he was in a wheelchair. Now they got Brother Run, the tape around his mouth. LAX has got him.
He looks way taller.
Are they gonna
shoot him?
That's a gun. That's our first gun since Puppet.
What the fuck is going on?
Dude, he's gonna pay the price, and he lifts up his shirt and shows a fucking gun. Are you joking me? Oh, a TNA live video with Christian Cage now.
What is going on with this show?
Tomorrow,
what is with people? Why do they like guns so much on the show?
I've never seen so many guns in wrestling.
Oh my god! I mean, WWE had the Pillman one. That's one.
That's one.
We're on 2.
Wow.
Oh my God. We're going on 2 in 5 years.
That's crazy.
So to be has had 1 in about 60.
One ever.
And
they got in a lot of trouble for it.
And they had to apologize. Like, whoops, sorry.
Sorry about that. Here's a package. So let me just give you a note here. Due to Jeff Jarrett's family issues relating to his wife's health, the booking has been pretty much Dutch Mantel and Vince Russo right now. Mantel made the final calls on the recent TV shows. So these last 3 has been mostly Dutch Mantel shows.
So Dutch has been saying, let's get the gun.
Get the gun. Since it's still going on. TNA is still negotiating for some TV changes on Spike TV. Obviously, they want 2 hours, but they also want shorter specials in the vein of UFC Unleashed, meaning basically flashback shows with old footage. Dave thinks that what they need is to take TNA Today deal, or sorry, not Dave, Alvarez, that they're doing on TNAWrestling.com and air a half-hour version once per week on Spike. He said, I watched a few of them. It made figuring out the absurd storylines 10 times easier. So apparently these little videos they're doing are pretty helpful.
Oh.
Okay, apparently we're going to shoot Brother Runt in the ring. Dan Voss just said, is that a gun we saw?
This is ridiculous.
You know what I'm wondering if it was maybe?
A taser?
A taser because the electricity.
Yeah.
And I want to point out, Brother Runt looks a little thicker than normal.
Oh, yeah.
I'm guessing.
Oh, Dallas, yeah. He's got padding on or something. And I think you're right. I think it's going to be a taser.
Oh, he said the R word. Come on.
Wow.
It is a gun. Oh, he said it's a taser.
It's a taser gun. Yeah, he clarified.
I'm going to sting 5,000 watts of electricity through your body.
Definitely mistake that as a gun, though.
This is insane. Hold him up. They're saying, oh, Team 3D's here. Do not shoot our brother, Conan.
He's going to do it.
Do not pull that trigger. Oh, shit, they did it. They're tasing Brother Runt. Clearly does not have pads on him.
Yeah, he definitely does.
They should have left his shirt up over him. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to tell as easily. We got to get off of this, guys. Go to the break.
Blatantly see that he's got padding on.
I'll also just point out, Bob, that note I just told you is my final note of the show. So like I said, not a whole lot today.
What?
And if you're following along, by the way, we were at 29 minutes, 40 seconds. This show's flying by.
Yeah, so they shot him.
Yeah, so we just saw someone get shot, technically. But this taser, but...
The taser.
I'm here for it. Do it again.
Interesting.
Don West and Mike Tenay were back, and they are shaking. LAX, you crossed the line. That's right here on the TNA Cross the Line podcast. Look, we got to get away from it, but we're going to show it again.
Yeah, we're going to exploit this for as much as we can. But now, when Team 3D came out, they couldn't touch the wires. So what does that mean for the cage match? Are they screwed because they can't touch electricity?
I don't think that's how those things work. So that's kind of funny they were doing that. I think it's just the little parts that are electrified.
Yeah, it's not the actual.
Yeah. Dude, another lockdown video? Holy shit.
Huh.
Merciless, daunting, unforgiving. Where do you think Lethal Lockdown falls on the TNA special matches?
Huh.
Do you think it's like a top tier like an S tier, or do you think it's a little lower than that?
Well, they didn't always do the roof, right?
No, I don't think so. And actually, this can lead us to our conversation we were mentioning before I forget it on here.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So at Sacrifice 2025, they essentially did a lethal lockdown, but without the top, and technically there was no weapons, but it was a 10-man cage match. And it was the same thing. One person from each team. The match doesn't start till they are all in the ring. But they didn't call it that.
Yeah. I want to say he's the lockdown. I mean, Ultimate X is an S tier.
Ultimate X is by far, I think, TNA's best concept.
Right.
No other companies can, or here we go. We just get our main event here.
Well, don't they do it in Mexico?
Do they? I don't know.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Our main
something else.
Our main event is AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe.
Oh wow!
And this is for who gets the advantage in the Lethal Lockdown match.
King of the Mountain's a good one. I like King of the Mountain.
I think when you tell someone what King of the Mountain is, it sounds shitty until you see it.
Yeah.
But I like King of the Mountain.
Well, King of the Mountain is literally like what you would do.
Yeah.
On the playground, you climb the hill to get the.
I like it.
Or whatever. So you're just doing that with a ladder. So I would say Ultimate X is probably maybe the only one that's an S tier. Then like Lethal Lockdown and King of the Mountain are an A tier or whatever you want to call it. Because they're both good.
Reverse Battle Royal falls where?
Oh my god. F.
Oh, nasty kick by Samoa Joe. Nailing Styles in the head here. Don't forget, probably after this match, we're going to be hearing who is the 5th member of Team Angle.
Right. I have indie notes here. Samoa Joe on April 8th defeated Loki, also known as Senshi, at PWG's All-Star Weekend 5 Night 2 in California. And it looks like that's it. I don't think AJ has anything. I'm going to double check end of March.
Samoa Joe just sidestepped Styles' dropkick. That was pretty good. Laying on his back, and Joe came back with a knee. We're showing a replay of the knee drop. Are we kidding?
Oh my god! I was going to say, what the fuck? I clicked on the wrong year. I was like, yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, that's all there is. It looks like for notes.
Nice. Break of the eye. Styles coming in, springboard, flying forearm, takes out Samoa Joe. Beautiful. I like when Styles debuted in WWE and the flying forearm was his finisher because they wouldn't let him do the Styles Clash.
Oh, right. Well, he was doing that and like the calf killer.
Yes.
But I think he was doing that before WWE, wasn't he?
He was doing that before WWE a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Styles just
he's done the Styles Clash, hasn't he, in WWE now?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're past that now. I feel like it didn't take too long before he started doing it, but the flying forearm was definitely more his finisher for some time.
My favorite memory of AJ Styles in WWE is when he lost to James Ellsworth twice, and then people were convinced he was going to win the
title
from him. And then AJ beat him in like 8 seconds or something. That was great.
Listen, it's not all great.
That was like one of the last times I was watching SmackDown.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Raking the back of Samoa Joe. It looks like Samoa Joe might have a slight sunburn, so that probably hurts even extra.
That's the worst, dude. I hate sunburn so much.
They say you can see the tracks of his nails. Our feed you cannot, but I'm going to trust Mike Tenay. You don't like sunburns, Bob?
Oh, they're the worst. I had one, obviously no one likes sunburns, but I had one. It was the summer going into 7th grade. We went to Seabreeze,
Mm.
and I was like, "Oh, I don't need sunscreen. I'm fine." My back blistered.
Oh, dude, that's bad. Oh, you can see the nails. Holy
Yeah, you
shit.
can't see the nails. It blistered so bad. I had to sleep on my stomach. Could not wear a shirt.
I think you got like that's like severe.
Oh, it was bad. It was really bad.
I've never burned like that.
And then I was like playing Little League, right? So I couldn't play in the game because of my sunburn, right? So I'm sitting on the bench and I'm like moving my back because my back was like itching. And that's how you know it's starting to heal a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I like leaned forward and then I thought a buddy of mine like poured a drink on my back. And he did not. My back popped.
Oh my god, dude. That's so gross.
But listen, it felt so good because it didn't hurt anymore.
That's good.
And then I was just peeling.
God.
And my dad still wouldn't let me play. It was a doubleheader. I was like, "Oh, I can play the second game, Dad." And he's like, "No,
Yeah.
you have an open wound on your back. You're not doing that." And I was like, "Okay."
Nice snap slam by Samoa Joe. Goes for the cover, but only gets a 2 count. Andrew Thomas shoving that 2 in his face. This has been a pretty good match.
This is very, yeah. I would say this is a good TV match.
I mean, no surprise with who's in it, but
Well, I mean, we have watched a bad Danielson Styles match.
listen, that was not on TNA television.
That's
my god,
nice.
that moonsault into the reverse DDT was insane.
That was a good one.
It was smooth. Damn. Styles is so freaking good.
I wonder what I gave this match on my review. Because this is pretty good. This is going to be a pain.
It's even better when you know what's at stake, dude. Oh, there goes the ref. Styles pulled Andrew Thomas into the way, and Samoa Joe drop kicked him. Look at him. He's freaking starfishing over there. Whoever wins this gets the advantage for their team at Lockdown. Holy shit. Spinning heel kick. Styles knocking Joe down to a knee. He's going for the Styles Clash now. Countered by Samoa Joe. Styles is up in the corner. Here comes Joe, running knee.
Huh.
He's putting Styles up in the corner. Going for the muscle buster.
I've underrated this one.
You're probably tired. I understand. Slips out of the muscle buster. Styles in the back. Roll up. Oh. The flip into the coquina clutch. Styles tapping out, but there's no referee.
Tapping.
Someone, is that Christian?
Christian.
Calling his team out. But here comes Team Angle.
Christian, it's still 4 against 3. You can probably beat those guys up. Yeah, there you go. What the fuck? The four heels can't beat up 3 baby faces?
Oh! Jeff Jarrett's
That's Jeffrey
here.
Jarrett. Wait.
I heard the music.
Wait.
No
Wait.
way. There's no way. There's no
Wait.
way. He's
That's
looking
the
at
heel
Samoa
side.
Joe.
That was the heel side.
Oh, he smashed AJ with
He
the
fucking
guitar.
hit AJ.
No, he puts up the 5.
At 5. He's the 5th. But here's the thing.
Leaving.
I don't think Samoa Joe knows what that means.
It's Samoa Joe just got the 3 count. That means Team Angle gets the advantage. It
Dude,
looks.
The crowd went fucking apeshit for that.
Wow. The heel team is pissed. Samoa Joe doesn't look thrilled about this.
Hey, listen, Joe. There's no way to help
he's
make
yelling
this
at
guy.
Angle, dude.
He's pissed that it's Jarrett. Dude, at least it's a fifth dude. Man,
Even
Joe,
Sting
you're so
kind of
hard
looks
to
like,
please.
what, him? I mean, you got to understand why these. Okay, we're seeing essentially the recap of the for Lockdown of all the matches here.
Well, I mean, I can
it's
see
Shelly.
why they're upset because of the history with Jeff, but clearly Jeff is changed.
Right.
He was even changing in the pro after Bound for Glory at Bound for Glory.
We're seeing a video package since she also started Alex Shelley talking about matches.
Brandon.
The blind
an eye for an eye.
Violent.
An eye for an eye.
Here's Jerry Lynn talking about Daniels. Bloody. Wrath of X. What is that? It said their match was Wrath of X.
The Wrath of the X-Division.
Oh.
It probably isn't anything of substance.
The electric steel cage match. Team Angle versus Team Cage. I gotta say, dude, on paper, Lockdown is stacked.
You know, it's funny. It's not a bad card, and then you also think about it, the entire main event, like roster, is in one match.
Yeah, and it's official. Jarrett they showed the graphic. Wow, and we go off the air.
Jeff Rowe.
Bob, how you feeling after that show?
I'm gonna say that was a good show overall. Apparently, on my written review, I gave that Joe and Styles match 2 stars, and I feel like that is very low.
That's low. I think that was one of the best Impact TV matches we've maybe ever seen. Definitely in 2007.
I don't know why I only gave it 2 stars.
Well, I want you to go edit your review now. I thought it was great. I thought it was a great match, great show. Thumbs up for me. Huh. That was a good go home show as we lead toward Lockdown.
Yeah. No, I thought it was good. It was a good show. So in Lockdown is it's official. We have our whole card.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess I can go through real quick.
Yeah, let's do a quick rundown.
I feel like I tend to do that every time. So we will have an X-Division Escape Elimination Cage. Chris Sabin defending against Jay Lethal, Alex Shelley, Shark Boy, and Sanjay Dutt. Guess what? There's another cage match. Petey Williams against Roode. The first ever TNA female cage match. Jackie Moore and Gail Kim.
Ladies in the cage, they said on
the cage. First time ever. Special referee Bob Backlund for a steel cage match against Senshi and Austin Starr. There will be a blindfold match inside of a steel cage when Chris Harris squares off against his former friend James Storm. Guess what? A grudge match inside of a steel cage. It's going to be Christopher Daniels against Jerry Lynn. The NWA World Tag Team Championships will be will be on the line here in an electrified steel cage match where LAX will defend against Team 3D. And of course, our main event, a 10-man lethal lockdown steel cage match where Team Angle, which consists of Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett, Rhino, Samoa Joe, and Sting, will be taking on Team Cage, which consists of NWA World Champion Christian Cage, Abyss, AJ Styles, Scott Steiner, and Tomko.
Mm-hmm.
This is all taking place on April 15th in St. Louis, Missouri at the Family Arena.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped, man. I think that's going to be a great show. It's outside the Impact Zone. That's always fun.
And what I like about that is that we can see what the audience outside of Orlando is. How is it connecting?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it going over well, or is it just like not so great? But that is our next show. Is Lockdown.
Just a couple days away. I'm ready to get to it.
I am as well. So the only way for us to get to Lockdown is to wrap up this episode. So for Dallas Gridley, I am Bob Colling Jr., and this has been the TNA Cross the Line podcast.
I get high, I'm all the pain. Welcome to